Okay, cool. So I was actually writing down how I'm gonna discuss it. So I'm gonna talk about the things you need to do once you decide with your partner whether you guys want to have a kid or kids or whatever, or start a family. And then I will go into what needs to be done while trying, and then what needs to be done when finally it's happened and you're pregnant, and then during the pregnancy. So a lot of the stuff will be during pregnancy, but obviously I want to cover as much as possible. So before trying, while trying, and then when pregnant. Okay, right. So we're gonna be talking about starting a family, getting pregnant, and things like that. And so with that, I always recommend to people, before you even try and actually get pregnant, or once you and your partner have decided, okay, this is what we want to do, we want to get pregnant and all of that, first things first, you guys need to go for a consultation. I think they're doing the garden next door. You need to go for a consultation. When you go for a consultation, you need to do a couples consultation. So with you and your partner, or the intended father of the baby or the babies, if you have multiples. So you go for a consultation to check if everything is all right on his side and everything's all right on your side, being the female. And by doing this is when you get to find out what's going on, because there's some people that don't realize what they have. Somebody did whatever to them years ago so that they don't have kids, or every time they have kids they lose their kids, or sometimes somebody's been having like multiple miscarriages and doesn't know that they need to go for a cleansing before they try again. So going for a consultation will sort of give you an understanding of where you are, or where you need to be, and the things that you need to do before you can actually try, just to kind of, what's the word, increase the chances of you getting pregnant and having a successful pregnancy. So when you do go for a consultation, you want to find out, is my partner okay? Am I okay? Is there anything we need to do regarding our ancestors? Sometimes a lot of the time I will see people that are married traditionally, but there's certain things that they haven't done that needs to be done. So then you get ancestors that will say, no, we won't let you guys get pregnant before this and this needs to get done, before mang, that kind of thing. So you need to find out that. That's very, very important. Again, once you find out, say for instance they'll say to you, no, you guys need to go for a cleansing because so and so at work did this, or your auntie, when she heard you were getting married, tied your womb up so that you can't have kids or whatever. People do strange things. So then you need to fix that first. Once whatever it is that needs fixing is fixed, then that person, the healer that you're going to, for instance, if it was me, then I would recommend that you and your partner have like a treatment, like a spiritual treatment. So you definitely want to cleanse your aura. You want to have a light aura. You don't want to have anything heavy, because once you have a heavy aura, conceiving is going to be very difficult or almost impossible. Ma, patong klang mo lifing. Sorry. So close to me, the other one. Sorry, that's my mom. Kinda, where was I? Somebody please remind me where I was, because I lost my train of thoughts. Let me try to think of where I was. Okay, thanks. So you have to have a clean aura. If you have things that are weighing heavy on you, people have done things to you, chances of you conceiving and actually having like a successful pregnancy, a viable pregnancy, full term will be very difficult. So you want to do that first. So sometimes maybe they'll say you guys need to go for a river cleansing, or you can footer. If maybe you've been to a cleansing recently, then you and your partner need to footer with certain things to up your chances of getting pregnant again. You also need to remain clean. So if you, especially for gents, if you're trying to get pregnant with your partner, you cannot be everywhere, if you know what I mean. You just can't. Same applies for ladies, but I think ladies wouldn't want to take chances in that department. But for gents, you also need to make sure that you respect your body, because there's no point in you steaming, going for cleansings, and then ukopanali Gugu, who does whatever it is that she does and messes all of that up, and then you go back to your partner and things are not coming right, and then yeah, Gogo Ole, what. So I think you also need to be honest with yourself and ready to keep yourself pure so that things can happen faster again. And then once you know you have a clean aura, or you're keeping it clean, you're steaming, and all of that. And also it's also really important to actually let your ancestors know this is what we intend to do. Me and Tabo intend on trying for a baby. Please be with us while we try. And also with ancestors, yes, you need to hopatla, but before that you also need to pray about it. So you pray to God first, and then afterwards hopatla and speak about your intentions of trying to get pregnant or trying to conceive, or having had difficulties of conceiving. Difficulties about regarding conceiving is another video entirely, because that one is long. So okay, so now you went for your consultation, you've been told what's happening spiritually on your side and your partner's side. Cool. Now you are cleansing yourself regularly, you have stuff that you bath with, you have your things, fine. Then you also need to I get it, when you bath with certain things you're cleaning your aura, but also you need to have something that you drink, so mbiza, that you drink just to clear the system, so that the system is ready for whatever. The system is ready to catch. So you need to have dimbiza that you drink. So that's why it's so important to start the journey with your partner, so that when it's time to drink, you guys can both drink dimbiza to up your chances. Because if only the female is drinking on the side and the partner is not drinking their share of mbiza, then you're both not going in at full force. So it's nice to always have your partner involved, so that when you drink the stuff, he's also drinking the stuff. I'll save it. So you need to drink the mbiza, and you don't just drink 1-2 liter and be done with it. No, I wish it was that easy, because then this place would be the baby factory. You need to continue drinking the mbiza with your partner. You need to also remain strong spiritually, so through prayer, and also there's also some nice things that healers will give you guys, just to juice things up in there and get the body and the juices going. But that stuff you receive from a healer. And then okay, so let's suppose now you've done all of that stuff and it's working. So today we're only going to be talking about if you don't have issues infertility issues. We're talking about, suppose you go through all these stages and now we're at the part where you're pregnant, which is super important. So now you've been trying, you've been drinking the mbiza, there's been a lot of sexy time, you're also checking, and it's also nice to check when you're ovulating as well. So don't just leave it to spirituality. Whatever you can use in terms of technology now, go ahead and do that. You'll check your ovulation times maybe with an app, or if you actually want to do there are ovulation tests that you can get, so you can check when you're ovulating and when is a good time to do it. But I reckon do it all the time, or as much as possible, if you want to get results sooner. So now you've done all of that and you're pregnant. This is the part that I think a lot of us were never told about, or where things happen. First 3 months of any pregnancy, even if you go to a gynae, they'll tell you it's the most what's the word? It's risky. Anything could happen. You could go from being pregnant this morning and not pregnant in a few hours time. That's how sensitive of a period that is. So for one, you're feeling funny, you find out or no, you're pregnant. What you don't do is go and announce, or there you are with pictures of your pregnancy test saying so many weeks pregnant, or 2 lines, or a plus sign, or whatever the case may be. You do not do that at all. Announcing your pregnancy is asking for trouble, especially in the times we live in spiritually. So you don't announce your pregnancy at all. You obviously tell your partner, and when you tell your partner, you also tell your partner, keep it here. We're not announcing anything till we know what's up, till we know we have a viable pregnancy, for one. Of course, maybe you want to tell your mom or your sisters or whoever, but be very selective of who you make mention or you're pregnant. That's the first thing, once you find out that you are pregnant. The second thing is that you go to a gynae, and you go and you confirm that your pregnancy is viable. Helang, you guys can't come to Ngaga. Yes, I'll come and I'll tell you, yes, you are pregnant and all of that. But there are certain things that require a scan. It is what it is. So go to a gynae and go and get proper confirmation that, sharp, yes, you are pregnant. You're so many weeks pregnant, and your pregnancy is viable. There's no complications here and there, because sometimes you fall pregnant, you test pregnant, it's an ectopic pregnancy. So you need to go and confirm that your pregnancy is viable. Suppose your pregnancy is viable, fine. You'll then go back to your healer. So you'll probably come to me. When you come to me, you explain, or you know what, we're pregnant now, and we went to go check. I'm told by my gynae it's a girl, but all my dreams I see a boy, and my business is a boy. Okay, I'll answer just now. I'm very forgetful, so let me write it down, and then continue with this. Then I'll respond. So once you do that, you need to, very, very important. This is probably more important than not announcing that you're pregnant. You need to go to your healer, and you need who bofa mbaya how. Basically, to tie your pregnancy. Tie your pregnancy down. Tie your pregnancy. That the reason why you need to do this is that, don't ask me why, people take other people's pregnancies very personally. So somebody finds out you're pregnant, and out of spite will say, now I want to see if that baby will ever see the light of day. Why? I don't know, but it happens. So you need to tie down your pregnancy, so that anybody that has the intentions of getting rid of your pregnancy, or hutola your pregnancy, or ukita isis, doesn't succeed, because what you've done is you have tied it spiritually. So if it's got anything to do with spirituality, your pregnancy has been tied. Once it's tied, so when you go and you tie your pregnancy, or you get cleansed. Once you're pregnant, that entire pregnancy, you cannot set foot at the river or go in the river for a cleansing. Story for another day, but you don't go to the river. So your healer will then prepare bata for you at their home, then Dumba, or whatever the case may be, and you then bath. Once you bath, then you ubofam how. And when you go for yomba, you have I call it a safety belt, but it's mutlamo, that green. I use a green and red. Other people may use yellow and red, different colors for different people. But you tie it down. Once it's tied down, you then get a belly massage, I get, and then you're told how to rub your belly and how to, when you put cream on in the mornings, what to do. So if you're already pregnant, like one of the ladies that's on the live, you don't put on lotion like going down, because if you put on lotion going down, it's the motion of like why so you don't put on your cream and then go this way. You want to rub it from the corners going in or upwards, so you can do this and then you can do that up, never this, especially while your pregnancy is early or you're not trying to give birth anytime soon, or you shouldn't be giving birth anytime soon. So you rub it that way, this way and that way, never downwards. Does everybody understand what I'm saying about rubbing of the belly? Can we just get confirmation from a few people, maybe 2 or 3, then we'll continue. Yes. How are you now? Already, ne? Can you rub it in a circular motion? Let me do it in a circular motion and see. I think in a circular motion, sometimes rubbing it in a circular motion, there have been cases where people rub it like that all the time. Then when you go to the gynae, then you need to go to a healer and have the healer rub it again in a circular motion, to turn it around. So I think a circular motion I wouldn't recommend if you don't want to have issues or Hi Nala. Yeah, so circular motion I wouldn't recommend, because we're avoiding wana about I get. And then so that's what you do initially when you go hilobofa wana, and then you get given a certain Vaseline mixed with all nice things. Depends on the healer what they mix, so the mixes are never the same. You get a mix here, this Vaseline, you take it home, and that's what you use hotasa momping. Guys, you need to also, while you're pregnant, pray for your pregnancy, pasha for your pregnancy, because it is a time where mom and baby are like very vulnerable to anything, to spiritual attacks and all of that. That's why it's so important as soon as you know, yeah, my pregnancy is viable, I get. And then what happens after that? After that, yeah, for o apara lebantala monna if he's cheating. I can't say me I should actually ask. I think somebody that would know would be my Gobela, because she's way older than me. She's 62, so I think there would be things that she's heard before. So I'll actually find out and then do a post. That's so interesting. Awa, passage, let's checking my banta fast mo. Is it when you're pregnant or anytime it's tea time? Can a healer give you something to drink as protection for your pregnancy? No. So the thing is, the pizza and all of that, the pizza that you drink before you get pregnant, they're very strong. Like, they basically clean out your system and they reboot your system. So how are you pregnant? There's chances are you will cause unto cleaner system so during pregnancy is completely out. So I don't recommend it at all. Pregnant no, it's just too much. So be very mindful of that. The only mbiza that you drink is once you, again, now you've gone through the process of filempa, and then every day how tlapa you apply your Vaseline and all of that, and then when it's close to the time when you're supposed to give birth, now your gynae says, yeah, in 2 weeks or in it should be you, or in a week's time, if baby is still relaxed and then you're gonna have to do C-section or whatever, then you know it's your time. or when you're really tired and you just know, I listen, get ready. Then you go back to your healer and you say, listen, it is what it is, I'm ready to give birth. Then your healer then wautlapisa again, not at a river, at home. Wautlapisa, you bath, and then you remove mutamo. I get that safety belt was so that it holds the pregnancy. Now the pregnancy is viable, it's gone all the way, and now you're almost due to give birth. Now you then need to untie that, otherwise you'll be waiting, and then you're scared saying, I'm a week late, I'm this late, and then C-section. So you need to go back. When you go back, and then safety belt is removed. Safety belt being mjam is removed, and then utola mbiza. That mbiza is only drank by women that are pregnant and are close to giving birth. It just helps move things along steadily and bring you close to giving birth. You understand? So that's the only mbiza that you will drink, but that's close to the end, if not the end of your pregnancy. There's something I just thought of and it slipped my mind. I don't know what's happening. I'll remember it. So that's what happens with pregnancy. During pregnancy, Chomi will say to you, Chomi, how many weeks are you? Oh, 5 months, or 6 months, 6, 7 months. What is your business knowing how far somebody is with their pregnancy? You don't tell them, and it's okay to say to somebody that keeps asking you how far you are. As African people, that's not something that we discuss. That's not a question you even ask. So you also don't make mention, because other people, when you say, hey, tell me, I'm about 8 weeks pregnant. Friend goes and downloads an app. About more 8 weeks pregnant. Pregnancy how, and now odlamile. So now friend will want to catch you when you give birth, because what? Do you understand? So that's not something that you would want to say and be like, yo, me, I'm 37 weeks, I'm mang weeks. Nurses, you keep that to yourself. Also, another thing, can I feel the baby kicking forward? No, like that's also not done. You don't know where Chomi or Slobo or Auntie came from, Billy. On their hands, and then they lay their hands on your belly with a child that's very susceptible to any kind of energy and decay. Then Moto, you hear of Moto having like a stillborn out of nowhere, or you hear strange things like you need to give birth at 6 months, things that just don't make sense. So be very careful of who wants to touch your stomach while you're pregnant, who's asking too many personal questions regarding your pregnancy as well. That's not something that you want. That's not something that those are not even questions that you need to entertain. And I think as African people, people won't ask you that, and the ones that do ask, if you say to them, no, I don't feel comfortable asking that question, should understand. I don't think anybody should have a problem unless they're planning other things that we don't know about. So that's during pregnancy again, and then all the way to birth. I get for your stomach. I gave birth 9 years ago via C-section and currently pregnant. I would like to try natural birth. Is it something can do to make it possible? Yeah, you can. Yeah, but I'm closing on Sunday. There's that mbiza that gets cooked for you that you drink. It will definitely help with it. It helps induce in body labor pains and eventually having a baby. So that will definitely help you. But obviously, you need to speak to your gynae as well about what do they call it? VBC or something like that. I don't recall. You also need to speak to your gynae about it, but spiritually or via African science, there's a visa for it. So you can just send me a message and we'll talk about getting Pizana ale. What else? Hey, helang baby shower. Ne? that nice thing that we like to do. That nice thing that we like to do every time baby shower. I get what never know or no baby shower. We do it closer to the time when sisters is gonna give birth. So there's people. Definitely having an ancestral gift, especially Mundao. Listen, you will sit there trying and trying till you are blue in the face to conceive, and then you'll find out and then second half of pregnancy. It does happen a lot, like it's a common thing. Lydia Paro, presents it's a baby shower, but yeah, yes, that's where I was. Baby shower, baby shower, bayanigila, ulama baby shower way. I repeat, bayanigila. What did baby shower say? Tell it yetsang. Motorayachon gets a baby shower. Baby shower, can we know hore? You're not gonna do a baby shower on 95 months, on 96 months. I can write about like closer to the time Moilo Pepanting, also Bonahal. Me too, sis. And then it gets to a time where you're like, no, there's a baby shower and so forth. People need to get gifts and people go, they get gifts. I get it, they've been trying you your entire pregnancy and they're failing because when you ain't looking at safety belt. So they've been wondering, oh man, how come this pregnancy is this far? Because now I don't sleep at night. Keep busy got pregnancy, and the madam is very pregnant from what I'm seeing. Sharp. So they will wait for you. Hold on, I'll catch you during baby shower time. This one, because she thinks you know, but I know better. And we live with people like this in society. These are the people we call our friends, our relatives, our in-laws. You name it. The colleagues. It happens. Come baby shower time. When you have a baby shower, people bring the gifts. Ole utlisise crawler, ole utlisise in, and a lot of the time it's clothes. Lady veste. They like those. Moto will do whatever, sprinkle whatever it is they need to sprinkle on that stuff. Put it wherever they put it. Mobile one thing. You just can never tell these days. Or is the person that's lowing me a practitioner of Buloi, or somebody who subscribes to it via going to somebody? You just don't know these days. But alas, people do that. Go do whatever it is to crawler ill. When I get it, now you're close to the end of your pregnancy and this person's been failing. Whole swabisa ka pregnancy how. Fine, you have your baby shower and all of those things come. So now these things are waiting for baby to arrive, because Mrs. Yuabona hore. This pregnancy, it's weary. Like, it's holding on for dear life. This pregnancy is going nowhere at this point. This is a full-on baby now. So I'm not gonna succeed in that sense. Fine. Where's the pregnancy? I don't know. I need a gift. I'm not kidding. You've got friends. The relatives, people who love you. Bonabao. You get gifts and then baby comes. You've given birth. I get it. That first month, nobody can come and see baby. Well, not your friends and things like that. Very few people can come and see Wana if your family are like super strict regarding that. Sometimes other families say the dad can see the baby but not the dad's mom, because these days you just never know. So now it's this period where baby can't even go out. I get, but I gave you a gift. I get newborn. So I know, I don't even need to see baby for me to, to succeed in what I'm doing. You innocently take a gift that I bought you as your friend, as your cousin, as your sister, or whatever the case may be. Mwana at that point in time is so susceptible to like all these energies. That's why babies can actually pick up things easily. That's why you have children, when they get to certain places, they cry like mad. So then you dress baby up with that stuff. When you dress baby up with that, you take baby and you put baby in the cot, and then the next thing you put baby to sleep, baby asa le sharp o ha tsohe ha reng se le ditori tsa ai o pepile mara o tlhokofaletswe ke ngwana. You know what I mean? Or babang, if you, there's cases where maybe if usa bofa or you tell people how far you are, or bofile but people still know how far you are, then you hear on the day mang nailo pepa, and then she didn't make it, the baby made it, or they both didn't make it, or mana they had to save one of the two and they saved the mom. Sad things like that, like things you never want to hear of, but ilidin tozabato. So baby showers as well, if you can get vouchers, please do. If really you can't get vouchers, I think before you even start using the stuff, you can go like maybe to a healer or whatever and get something hudifoka, like every single thing that has been given to you, you can take ofoke, all of that stuff, to say, you know what, if there's anything here enani story then please it go back to where it's coming from. And then what else? Throughout the pregnancy, I think I did mention already, you remain strong in prayer. You pray for your pregnancy. Like, you just don't oh, now you living your best life or pregnant and there's no prayer there, there's no nothing happening there. Don't be that person. So pray for your pregnancy, safe delivery, letting happen, and all of those kinds of things that could possibly happen. When people are pregnant, I haven't been pregnant, but I've heard and I've seen through consultations that you get funny dreams. So not every strange dream is going to be Toro ya Buloi. Some of them will just generally be those pregnancy dreams. But really, if it doesn't sit well with you at all, then you can get your dream translated or go for a consultation. Throughout your pregnancy, how ubofile, you need to keep going to your healer to massage your belly and to sort of just check spiritually, where are you in terms of you, the baby, and any attacks, and to rub your belly. So if Uprigita, your healer will know and be able to turn the baby around and things like that. But usually you do that like once a month. And all of these things like getting your belly rubs and all of that also helps with a less problematic pregnancy. Less pain, a lot less discomfort. Eba better because now we involve your underground gang, but in Bago. So certain things we need to involve, but Baba Hole in them, so that you have your baby and you have your baby Godzilla Ashab. Also, what is it? I'm being reminded, Hori. You know, there's cases where you find out you're pregnant and then your partner then says, "Hi, yeah." Be very careful of honta mahadi and then discussing things like because then trust me, it takes one person to hear that, oh, okay, and it gets passed on to this relative, to that relative, and eventually it gets to that one relative on an problem. So be very selective of who knows about it. Pregnancy doesn't need any announcing. If you never see somebody pregnant, I don't believe you have any business saying, why didn't you tell me you're pregnant? So don't even feel bad. If somebody bumps into you pregnant, then now we have one. But you can't say to people, yeah, show me, get pregnant. Nah. Can having an abortion make it difficult for one to get pregnant again? If you have an abortion and it's done correctly, like the right way, it's not anything backdoor, then you need to get a cleansing for it. If you didn't get a cleansing for it, or if you got a cleansing for it, but you didn't sort of drink anything to cleanse yourself from inside, then it will make falling pregnant difficult. Other times, other people will fall pregnant, but miscarriage after miscarriage after miscarriage, stillborn, things like that. So you want to definitely get a cleansing, and you also want to how does it? You want to get a cleansing, and you also want to have something that you drink just to clean you from the inside out. So I don't know if you've done all of that. If you have and you're still struggling, then you need a consultation to check out what's going on. Sometimes we try to conceive, Kanti, you go to a gynae and the gynae says, Mom and Dad are good. And it's something spiritual. Maybe your partner, something's happening there, or with you, then you also need to sort that out. That's why getting a consultation first really saves you a lot of trouble and money going forward. I think I had a question. Yeah, gynae says it's a girl, I feel it's a boy, and my helper says it's a boy. I think those kinds of things, if you really want to know, you can have a consultation, or you can just DM me and then I'll check for you and I'll tell you what it is. DM me or WhatsApp me. I know, what is it? Oh, very important. So there are people who need to do IVF or AR, like assisted reproduction. Those people, the same thing applies, but when trying, we need to hello Kupela. What are you guys doing with my thing? With my card holder? These kids trying to rob me so early in the morning. So with AR or IVF or IU or any of the other ones that need you to do a little bit more, regarding getting pregnant. So the steps that you would take is, before you start with that, you need to go to a healer from both your ancestors, from your partner's side and your side. You know what? And when you go for a consultation, your ancestors will guide you on how to go about Hokopangwan. There's some that will say they want you to go meeting. There's some that will say Bawata goes queen. Others is Tuluni. Others go, I forgot the word, but like a cut tree. Like a tree trunk. I cannot remember the word in Zulu or Swan. But yeah. So then you'd need to do that likopeng. Once likopile and done all the things that your ancestors need you guys to do, then you will go linwe, dimbiza and things like that. But for people that are doing like IVF, especially IVF, the medication is like heavy, so you'd need to let your healer know that, listen, I'm going through the IVF process. I need mbiza, but I need it much lighter, because we want it to work with the medication and not come and mess things up regarding the medication you're taking, because there's a lot of medication that is used for people that go through IVF. And then the rest, don't tell people you're pregnant and all of that other stuff is fine. But how somebody who's going to be going through AR would begin with their consultation would be completely different to how somebody who doesn't have any known infertility issues would go about consulting. So I reckon I've covered most of it. So let's check if I haven't covered anything, or you have a question regarding something that has to do with this. No dream interpretations, I say believe, because today we're talking about pregnancy. So no dream interpretation. I was dreaming of a snaky what, not today. We're just gonna ask pregnancy questions. So if anybody has questions, I'm gonna open the floor to any questions or any comments or any tips. Please then ask and then I will answer. Thank you for your answer. I'll definitely get in touch. Okay, cool. I'm telling you, it's gonna be I was dreaming of a snake. The pregnancy talk. I'm gonna contact you right now. Okay, cool. On WhatsApp, hey yo, I had a bit of drama with my phone, my work phone. So please just say, hi Gogo, my name is so and so that I can save your number, because everybody's number I had saved, I don't have anymore. And then let me know what it's about. So let's wait for questions. Nah. you. It's nice there by the Josie side of things. Thank you very much. Thanks. Also, if there are any gents, because I know gents hardly ever come to lives regarding these kinds of things, it's very important to to remain faithful during the pregnancy, because somebody will get you pregnant now and then go and sleep with somebody else and then get them pregnant, because what chaser dog on heat kind of thing, no? So they'll get a lot of other people pregnant. So you need to be mindful of that if you're a man. And also, if you're a man, you have no business having an affair, especially when you have your wife pregnant, your wife or your partner pregnant, because it does go and affect the baby. You don't know what Smangele, if your name is Smangele, sorry, I just thought of that one. You don't know what Smangele is doing over there that you are bringing home to your partner and your baby. So it's very important. So if Motu just cannot remain faithful, then hold off on that, because it will put you and baby at risk. And also, people who, when the baby is born, Motosale all over, you are within Mojolo and you have a baby at home, guys. You go there, you pick up all kinds of energies. Saint Sundays, you're everywhere. You come back with all kinds of energies that you then you affect your child. So be very, very mindful of that kind of thing. We don't want baby getting unnecessary energies from God knows where. Yes, that's exactly what happened with my firstborn, both me and the other girl. Yeah, it really happens. And also, it happens. It's a thing where you're like, man, when you start doing the mathematics, you're like, is that so? So it happens. So guys, non-style. If you got one person pregnant, non-style. Yo. Yeah, it happens. And also, sometimes when that happens, especially if maybe somebody's married, if you're married and then your husband goes and gets somebody else pregnant, it also puts that pregnancy at risk. Like if Badimo your partner didn't appreciate how things happen, or I were pregnant, pregnancy, there's complications, there's this, there's that, all kinds of things. So why even do that? But yeah, you never know with gents these days. So are you guys ready for me to go, or are there questions? Because I haven't seen questions. Say it please. Yeah, I'm tired. Oh yeah, okay, I just remembered one. Also, oral cleaning salts are very nice and very good for pregnant ladies. They're not too harsh. Oral salts are actually salts that are mixed and prayed for, and also the mixitweka, for instance, if a healer has batch, they're mixed with that. So it's not the stuff that people are selling on Facebook that you don't even know if somebody mixed while on their periods or whatever. So rather get from a healer than body reseller. Oral salts are really nice for pregnancy. They're also good for baby. I've had so many cases where pregnant mommies were using oral salts, and they'd say, oh, baby kicks every time I use salt. I use these oral salts, more lucky bud salts. That's what I call them. Other people call them oral salts. they're also great for that. So, or rock salt is also good if you don't have enough for that kind of thing, and then you can pray for it yourself. Because sometimes. I think I'm gonna close. Kinako mang? Whoa, later so. Yo, no, guys, I don't think anybody has questions. I want 5 minutes, and then if there's no questions, I'm gonna save the live and then post it, and then you can watch as and when. And then if there are questions, you can just respond before the live. 5 minutes. Today's Tuesday. Today's garden day. Sunny banana, ladies. That was very informative. Oh, it's a pleasure. You are welcome. What can I use to cleanse after an ectopic? So with an ectopic, you definitely need a river cleansing, and you then need to also drink Bizana just to clear out your system, especially with an ectopic, to avoid having another ectopic. Well, can you please explain why was that elders say use things like Harmans for bathing newborns? Impora Harmans. I don't even know. I cannot tell you. Now I don't know the stories are Harmans. Get Harmans, kitty, post droppers, and all of that stuff. That stuff just smells funny. But a lot of them, actually, I once asked, yeah, like if you're going out with baby, what's this? That soft part of the baby, you know, there's that sensitive part of the baby. It's like very sensitive to energies and all of that. And if not properly like taken care of or covered, yeah, it protects it. It actually, good question. Mama.